Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to open up this channel for a very long time, but I had way too many thoughts in my mind and way too many topics, so I kind of postponed it until now. But I'm glad it is on, and welcome to be in this space. So, one of the things that stood out to me lately was my major experience of completing a PhD degree in my late 20s and early 30s. And it has impacted me so much, and I have learned so much from it. So, I would imagine there are many of you out there who are experiencing the similar experiences that I had, facing the obstacles and also meeting the triumphs. So I wanted to just offer this opportunity to create a community of dialogues and also sharing some of the tips that I have learned through the journey that would be helpful for you as you navigate this very interesting experience. Before I start, I wanted to offer a word of encouragement. I wanted to let you know that it is doable, and if I can do it, you can do it too. A little bit about me. My name is Ruth, and I have been dreaming of becoming a writer for the longest time, but I kind of never revealed it to anybody. I was a first generation graduate student, an international student in the United States. Neither of my Chinese parents speak another language, and I had to give up my dream job in order to pursue a graduate degree that I always wanted to do. The tips that I think that would be helpful. My tip number one is always be open and curious. And sometimes that will need you to shut off the inner critique of yourself and move on. You know, PhD writing is a journey that can be very tedious and arduous, and many times the thought of giving up just comes up constantly. And many times for me, the best way is to take care of myself and shut off, quiet that inner critique. And at the same time, try to be open and curious about what is speaking to me at the moment. And if I get away from the negative talks, the world of possibility and positivity and creativity comes to me. Tip number two, take care of the body and the mind. This might be the most important point after all. And as my grandfather would say, health goes first. So without a functional body and mind, hardly anything can be produced through. So, and sometimes being productive, pushing things through, will only lead to burnout. And your body and mind would shut down completely. So, if anything, take a break, go out for a walk, do some activity that you love, and when you feel good to go again, start again. Tip number three, build a community of teachers, learners, and friends. During this writing journey, I have benefited from so many family and friends who have offered to help and who listened and offered guidance. And they might not be the expert in the PhD realm, but they are very wise in the life itself. And I am so thankful for them. They always showed up with the ability to listen and the gift of second opinions, and I feel less alone when I talk to them. Tip number four, self-discovery. Surprisingly, I have learned so much, either truths about life, truths about myself, or how I want to move around with the world around me. I think it's a very meaningful degree that I would cherish, and this will accompany me for the rest of the life. Tip number five, the courage to be vulnerable to others and myself. Growing up, being vulnerable was not something that I was taught, Therefore, I had to hide a lot of my emotions and feelings trying to be a stronger self, the person who has no problem doing anything. And I found that was not healthy for a long term soul searching project like a PhD because it required one's authenticity to face truthfully where you are. Tip number 6, cats and fur friends. I grew to love cats and their expressive and creative ways for self care and staying curious without beating themselves up. They're a wonderful addition to the household. Tip number 7, being able to adjust to yourself to the unknown. Many things happen during the PhD degree. Sometimes is as little as weather changes and as big as life and death. And there are things that things happen that may or may not align with your expectations. And a lot of times they don't. So being able to embrace the changes as they come along, shift the thinking patterns as you proceed is very important. I hope these tips will help you as you navigate your PhD journey or a difficult and long task. Please comment below for any ideas, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you then!